Right, so I just want to say thank you. This is Brendan from the Bentley Effect, the producer from the Bentley Effect. That's had such a wonderful run in this country so far. How many have you shown?
So I think we've had 34 shows and 8 workshops.
Excellent.
8 workshops. Unfortunately, I had to miss a huge chunk of that because of a big sort of audit on the project that had to be done. It was terrible timing, and I ended up getting really sick and quite stressed about it. But anyway, I've sort of come out the other end of that now, so I'm just sort of trying to make up time. But yeah, it's been a great tour, it really has.
What are the similarities between what's gone on in Australia and what's happening here right now, would you say?
Yeah, look, it's all fairly consistent actually with what we've seen back home. You know, the same rhetoric from the industry, the same attitude, you know, with the government. You know, it's you know, and the same response from the people impacted. You know, this is very typical wherever this industry goes. You know, people very quickly go down this frightening rabbit hole when they find out the truth about the industry. You know, the impact on their health, on their water table, the land, the property values, everything. You know, everything you hold dear is impacted by this industry, and so that's why it's great to see so many people here today just making a statement. It's so important.
How did you get such a community thing together out there, do you say?
Well, I put it down to a critical mass of people with that real deep love of the land. You know, that awareness of what this really does mean. You know, the only people that you know, displayed any sort of negativity to what, you know, the protectors were doing were people who were invested in the industry, had a vested interest. So they might be shareholders or somehow connected to companies. But yeah, look, it was an amazing thing that we saw. I mean, there's, you know, that's what I guess if there's a silver lining to any of this, that's what it is. It's that this threat has the power to wake up a lot of people, and very quickly, you know, and bring people together. Because you hear a lot about, you know, the economic arguments, and the government will talk about, you know, the economic benefits, but what they don't talk about is the real cost. The true cost of this is actually a massive net loss. I mean, sure, you know, there'll be a tiny amount of people who do profit from this, but those profits will not flow into local economies. They won't flow into, you know, usually, I mean, in Australia, I mean, you know, the vast majority of the gas is just going overseas. You know, no Australian is going to benefit from it. And so, you know, what happens is the gas goes to the highest bidder, basically, and that's. So you hear talk of energy security, but, you know, it's a falsehood, and it's such a short-lived industry too. You know, like it's probably got sort of 10 to 15 year lifespan at most, but there is a, you know, hang on a sec. How does Annie put it? She says, yeah, like there's a relentless logic to it, as Annie Kia says. You know, that production falls off really fast, so they have to drill more and more and more wells. Now we've got the CEO of this particular company stating that on video, and proudly, you know. So this is what people have to realise, is it's a very heavy industrial process. This is just the start. This is just the first exploratory well in this area. But what you're going to see is more and more of these pop up, and then they'll link them all together, and then before you know it, you'll be in production. And that's when the real horror begins, you know, because you're going to be the product. It's not like coal, where the product is shipped as a raw sort of, you know, as you find it at its source. It has to be purified, and they purify it at source. So the contaminants are left here, dumped on the community. You know, in a lot of cases back home, they're dumped in rivers. They're sprayed all over the road. They're put in holding ponds to evaporate and then to be inhaled. You know, they don't have answers for how to get rid of the waste products, and the waste. Sorry, got a bit of a traffic jam here, but this is a hard site to to protest on. It's a bad road, it really is.
This is a bad road for safety of anybody.
It's there's real safety issues here.
If there was an issue with any kind of spillages. These aren't even the size of the trucks that come in here.
Yeah.
These are quite small compared to what they go in on.
Yeah. So these trucks aren't related to this operation, but what you're going to see is like hundreds of trucks going in and out of this site. You know, what is the impact on local communities with that? On your roads? You know, the ratepayers pick up the damage to the local roads usually. The industry is not going to pay for that.
We've seen it at Bolcombe, and you know, within a few days, the entrance like this had worn away. And the highways agency came and threw 5 buckets of sand over it. You know, that is their answer to it. You know, at the end of the road here, there's already the curbs gone missing. At the end of Adversane Lane, they can't make it out onto the main road without hitting the curbs. So that's another cost, like you were saying. Investing that into the true value of the expense of it.
Exactly.
Well, look, thank you ever so much indeed for
thank
what
you.
you've said, and what you've done in this country is absolutely amazing. The amount of people you've woken up, and I was there when you played your film at Pulborough, and I was proud to stand up and clap with everybody else, because that is just such an amazing job you've done, and thank you for bringing that to this country.
Thanks so much. It's been a real honour, actually, and you know, we're all in this together. This is a massive global issue. And we're all part of one big family, as far as I'm concerned. So it's everybody's fight. Everyone has to take a lead in this, you know. And if we all did that, we'd smash it.
Absolutely brilliant. Thanks, and
Thanks,
say hi to the other guy. Well, I'll see you tonight anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks ever so much, Brendan.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
I was just going to come and say hello and thank you very much.